Thank you so much for joining us for today's Cronkite Sports Now episode. I'm Corey Kirk. Let's get right into it. Connor has to heavily rely on word of mouth to promote his nonprofit. Whether it's talking with his classmates at Brophy, or his teammates on the travel team, or even posting flyers like this all across the valley. Though they've had routine success, Coach Brubaker wants to worry about the bigger picture. He calls it focusing not on the times, but the people, with the friendships they make through this program and the amount of fun they have. As people filled the pews and there wasn't a dry eye in sight, all eyes were on Father Jim Van Dyke, who defined Mr. B's life in 3 words: faith, family, and football. Michael and Nicole are 2 of Bill Bidwell's 5 children. In his eulogy, Michael recalled how involved his father was in his and his siblings' lives.
Bill Jr. was at Georgetown, and I was at Prep. He would take us to dinner and come watch my games. He made every game because he didn't want to miss a single snap when I got a chance to play.
As an owner, Mr. B was known for his selflessness among NFL executives, as someone who put the league's interest above his own.
Love of the league. I was fortunate to be able to work with him for many years, and it was a privilege, and it was certainly an honor to be here today.
Bounded by his faith, those that knew him said Bidwell always tried to help those in need, often without much recognition, something he never sought.
Just a gentleman of quiet dignity who did things the right way all the time and never looked for any attention. Was always content to be in the background.
Longtime Cardinals wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald was always honored to suit up for Mr. B. But Fitz feels lucky to have cultivated a relationship with his team's owner off the field as well.
I know there are many players over the past few years that didn't have the privilege of getting to know Mr. B, and I regret that. You guys really missed out.
It's 5:30 a.m. These Brophy College preparatory boys are already in the pool, swimming their laps as the sun rises.
We're always just hungry to get better, and I feel like that's just allowed us to build this base, this foundation of hard work and brotherhood.
The last time Brophy didn't win the state championship, 1987, when gas prices were 90 cents a gallon and Ronald Reagan was still president. Leading the team now is second-year head coach Darren Brubaker.
Let's think about your breathing.
A former collegiate swimmer and the 4th head coach during this run of 31 consecutive state titles. He doesn't let the pressure of maintaining this dominance affect his approach.
Help motivate me, but in the end, it doesn't matter how many wins you make. I think it's important to keep the holistic side of the Brophy tradition.
Thus, Brubaker incorporated a philosophy with his entire team to pay respect to the foundation that was laid for them, telling his athletes to remember that they stand on the shoulders of giants, as some former swimmers have gone on to compete in college, and even Gary Hall Jr., class of 93, who is a 10-time Olympic medalist.
Being on the Brophy swim and dive team, it comes with a reputation, it comes with an expectation to be a leader, it comes with an expectation to push yourself in and out of the pool.
If 18-year-old Connor White isn't on the soccer field, he's giving back to refugee families across the valley through the game he loves.
Recognizes just one of the most fun things to do is an activity, especially for those who are of younger ages. So it's just such an easy and awesome way to connect with people.
With his other passion in community work, White made a decision combining his 2 loves to form Free Kicks, a nonprofit that gives gently used soccer equipment to those in need over 3 years ago.
He leaned into his passion, that it was a joy for him, a passion for him, an outlet for him, and all of these things that he wanted others to be able to have the opportunity to experience as well.
As Free Kicks was starting, White had a great opportunity with his high school. They organized an immersion trip to Guatemala to assist an orphanage, and he was able to bring soccer equipment with him to donate.
The hardest thing about that was getting all this stuff very quickly for the trip. I had to do a lot and drive to a lot of places to get all this stuff. But besides that, it was really awesome, really good start for Free Kicks.
Once White returned from the trip, he hit the ground running. Wanting to help his community, he refocused his mission to assist those families new to the valley and the country.
They just moved in, a lot of the families that we drop off and deliver to, they've maybe been a month or so into living in the U.S., and them receiving a soccer ball just makes them feel at home and welcome.
Brophy faculty feel that Connor embodies their motto of being a man for others with the work he does with free kicks.
He is a very loving individual. He would probably do anything for his friends from the Connor I got to know. I know he would do anything for his team. He's probably the embodiment of what an all-around Brophy student athlete should be.
Though Connor graduates next month, the future is bright for free kicks. His younger brother Matthew is taking over the lead for the nonprofit when Connor leaves to college in Virginia in the fall.
I've been taking him on a lot of trips, and so he's completely used to it by now. He just needs to master the distribution and collecting part.
Hopefully, when I take it over next year, I can look back and when I'm done with high school and be as proud of myself as I am of Connor.